Jonathan Carter, the visionary behind the renowned coffee chain Sunrise Café, wasn't just a successful CEO. He was a man on a mission. He built his business on core values: equality, exceptional service, and opportunity for everyone. Jonathan wanted every customer to feel welcome and every employee to treat people with respect, no matter their background. Despite his immense success, Jonathan never lost touch with the daily experiences of his customers. He often wondered, were his employees truly upholding the company's values? To find out, he made an unannounced visit to one of Sunrise Café's busiest city branches. But this wasn't just any visit. Jonathan went undercover, trading his sleek suits for a simple hoodie and jeans. To anyone watching, he looked like just another customer. The store was lively, filled with the aroma of fresh coffee as customers chatted and baristas rushed to fulfill orders. Jonathan smiled, eager to see his employees in action. But something quickly caught his attention. A blonde employee standing behind the counter, scrolling through her phone instead of helping the long line of waiting customers. Her name tag read Samantha. Jonathan stepped forward, his warm smile directed at her. "Excuse me," he said politely. "Could I get some help, please?" Samantha barely glanced up, sighing dramatically before rolling her eyes. "I'm busy. Go wait like everyone else." Jonathan blinked, momentarily stunned by her rudeness. He stepped back into the line, observing her behavior. Soon, he noticed a troubling pattern. Samantha greeted white customers warmly, taking their orders quickly and chatting pleasantly. But when customers of color approached, her demeanor changed. She became cold, dismissive, and rushed them along without a smile. When it was his turn again, Jonathan approached the counter. "Hi," he said, maintaining his friendly tone. "I'd like a medium latte, please." Samantha didn't look up. "We're out of that," she said flatly. Jonathan frowned. He had just watched her make the same drink for another customer moments earlier. "Are you sure?" he asked, his voice calm but firm. She crossed her arms and gave him a sharp look. "Try another store," she snapped. The room seemed to fall silent. Jonathan felt a mix of disbelief and disappointment. Without another word, he nodded and walked out. He had seen enough. This wasn't just poor customer service. It was something deeper and more troubling. Uncovering the truth. Back at Sunrise Café's headquarters, Jonathan wasted no time investigating. He pulled up customer feedback and employee reports from the city branch. What he found only added to his frustration: numerous complaints about rude service and unfair treatment, many mentioning a blonde employee. Some customers even stated they felt unwelcome because of their race. Worse yet, Jonathan discovered that Emily, the store manager, hadn't filed any official reports. Determined to get to the bottom of it, he called her in for a private meeting. Emily hesitated at first, but eventually admitted she had noticed Samantha's behavior. "She's popular with some of the staff," she explained nervously. "If I called her out, I worried it'd cause tension. I didn't want to make things worse." Jonathan listened carefully, his expression calm but serious. He assured Emily that creating a fair and welcoming workplace was more important than avoiding conflict. He thanked her for her honesty, but made it clear that allowing such behavior to continue was unacceptable. With Emily's cooperation, he planned his next move: a public reckoning. 1 week later, Jonathan returned to the same Sunrise Café branch, this time dressed sharply in a tailored suit, accompanied by a small team of executives. The sight of them caused the store to fall silent. Customers paused mid-sip, and employees whispered nervously. Samantha, oblivious to what was about to happen, was chatting with a coworker when Jonathan called for a staff meeting. "Can I have everyone's attention, please?" His voice was steady but commanding. The staff gathered in the seating area, faces a mix of curiosity and worry. Samantha leaned against the counter, scrolling on her phone, until she realized who was speaking. Her eyes widened, and she quickly tucked her phone away. "My name is Jonathan Carter," he began, his tone firm. "I'm the CEO of Sunrise Café." Gasps filled the room. Samantha froze, her face turning pale. Jonathan scanned the employees, his gaze finally landing on her. "Last week, I visited this store undercover to see how customers were treated." He locked eyes with Samantha. "What I experienced was unacceptable. I was ignored, dismissed, and lied to. And from the complaints I've reviewed, I know I'm not the only one. Samantha stammered, I didn't know it was you. Jonathan raised a hand to silence her. It doesn't matter who I am. Every customer deserves respect, not just the ones you think are important. The room was tense. Samantha's usual confidence had vanished. She muttered weak excuses, but it was clear they wouldn't help her now. Samantha, your behavior last week, and the complaints I've reviewed, show a clear pattern of disrespect and discrimination. That is unacceptable, and I cannot allow it to continue. Samantha's face turned pale. Wait, she stammered. I can change. It won't happen again, I swear. But Jonathan shook his head. I gave you the chance to do the right thing with every customer you served. You chose not to. Effective immediately, you're no longer employed at Sunrise Café. Samantha gasped, looking around for support, but none of her co-workers spoke up. Jonathan turned to Emily. Emily, I understand the challenges you've faced, but as a leader, it's your responsibility to ensure this workplace reflects our values. I'm giving you the tools to succeed. Emily nodded, relief and determination in her eyes. Jonathan explained that she would receive additional training on leadership and team management, along with company-wide support to ensure the store became a positive space for everyone. Then he made an announcement. Starting today, we're implementing mandatory diversity and inclusion training for every employee. These sessions will focus on treating every customer with respect and ensuring Sunrise Café remains a space where everyone feels welcome. We will not wait for problems to arise. We will address them proactively. A legacy of change. Word of the incident quickly spread, and social media exploded with praise for Jonathan's decisive action. Almost immediately, customers noticed an improved atmosphere at the cafe, and the local community, once wary, began returning in greater numbers. Business flourished. One afternoon, while visiting another store, Jonathan noticed a young black barista working diligently behind the counter. The barista looked up, eyes wide with recognition. You're Mr. Carter, he said excitedly. You're the reason I wanted to work here. Jonathan smiled, touched by the young man's words. He spent the afternoon mentoring him, sharing advice on leadership and success. Sunrise Café wasn't just a coffee shop. It was a symbol of inclusivity, equality, and the power of doing what's right. And that, Jonathan knew, was the most important achievement of all. Backhand index pointing right if you believe in fairness and kindness. Hit that subscribe button and join us in making the world a better place. Lessons learned from the story. The story of Jonathan Carter and Sunrise Café conveys a powerful message about fairness, responsibility, and ethics in business. A business's true value lies in how it treats people. A brand isn't just built on quality products, but also on respect and fairness towards customers. No matter who you are, you deserve to be treated with the same level of respect. A true leader is someone who is not afraid to face the truth. Jonathan Carter wasn't just a successful CEO. He was a leader who took responsibility. Instead of staying in his office, he went undercover to ensure his company's core values were upheld. This is a crucial lesson in integrity and accountability in leadership. Facing problems head-on leads to change. By firing the employee who displayed discriminatory behavior, Jonathan made it clear that disrespect and bias have no place at Sunrise Café. A strong organization is one that is willing to acknowledge its flaws and make improvements. Small actions can create big changes. Jonathan's decision didn't just improve company culture. It inspired employees and the community. Fairness and kindness have a powerful ripple effect. Meaningful message from the story. Pushpin fairness, respect, and compassion should always be the foundation of every business, organization, and society. Pushpin, a true leader, is someone who faces reality and takes action to create positive change. Pushpin, everyone deserves to be treated fairly, regardless of race, background, or status. Personal perspective. I truly believe this story is a clear example of how kindness and fairness always prevail. When a leader is willing to stand by the core values of their business, it not only improves the work environment, but also builds trust with customers and the community. Discrimination and prejudice still exist in our world today, but small actions can make a difference. If more people took responsibility like Jonathan, we would have a much better society. Loudspeaker call to action. Backhand index pointing right if you believe in fairness and respect. Like this video and share it to spread this meaningful message to more people. Backhand index pointing right, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next inspiring stories on Story Precious. Movie Camera Story Precious. A place to share meaningful stories, inspire change, and transform lives.